Oh, it only gets crazier. It only gets crazier by the day. You got Kelsey Plum exposing the reason that Caitlin Clark is so hated by all of these WNBA players is because she's popular and she's white. This is crazy. We got to get why she was treated the way she was treated. Why Caitlin Clark is being treated the way she's been treated after doing everything to change these.
What many are describing as a major controversy within the WNBA centers on growing claims that Caitlin Clark has faced unfair treatment on the court. According to this narrative, tensions reached a new level after Kelsey Plum publicly criticized aspects of the league, fueling debate over whether Clark receives adequate protection from officials. While supporters argue these incidents point to a broader pattern of inconsistent officiating, there is no verified evidence that the league has deliberately rigged games or engaged in a coordinated effort to sabotage Clark. The discussion has nevertheless intensified, placing league leadership under increased scrutiny and keeping questions about officiating, player safety, and transparency at the forefront of the basketball conversation.
Question.
I definitely think the expectations of being a number one pick are brutal, especially if you have any type of height or like media coming out of college. They're just brutal. And then I don't think it helps being a 5'8" white girl coming into the league with 85% black women that want to take your head off. Like, just straight up, right? Like, that's just what it is. And I didn't know. Me, happy-go-lucky, walking into the locker room like, hey, like, I didn't know. I learned the hard way. But that's real. That's what it is. And I think that it would have been better in some ways because I would have been a little bit more under the radar. But in other ways, I definitely think that, having that type of struggle and adversity has prepared me for the moment I'm in now.
No question.
According to supporters of this viewpoint, tensions within the WNBA had been building behind the scenes as Caitlin Clark's popularity transformed the league. They argue that inconsistent officiating and increased physical play created the perception that Clark faced tougher treatment than other players. However, there is no verified evidence that league officials or executives coordinated a deliberate campaign to target her or instructed referees to ignore fouls. While debates over officiating and player safety remain intense, claims of an organized effort to suppress Clark have not been substantiated by credible evidence.
Struggle and adversity has prepared me for the moment I'm in now.
So she let it be known. When you come in here and you're white and you're popular, you got media. Oh no, they don't like that. And the type of media Kelsey Plum had in comparison to Caitlin Clark is nothing. So that's why you see all the vitriol, all the hate, all the jealousy. That's why you see it. It oozes through their pores. And she let it be known. She somewhat dealt with this firsthand. She was the NCAA all-time leading scorer before Caitlin Clark broke her record. She came into the league with some level of clout, not nearly to the level of what Caitlin Clark did, but even she went through what she went through. So you can already know what Caitlin Clark is dealing with all of these women hating. You had Cheryl Swoops and a bunch of people taking shots and hating on her from the door before she even got there. Lexi Brown, Cheryl Swoops, all of this stuff, Diana Taurasi. And Kelsey Plum is putting it out there. If you're white and you're popular, they hate you. They hate you, bro. And the fact that, and also, her and Caitlin Clark are also.
According to this narrative, Kelsey Plum publicly challenged aspects of the league's handling of Caitlin Clark, adding to the ongoing debate about officiating and player treatment. Her comments fueled widespread discussion on social media and sports programs, with many fans interpreting them as criticism of the league's consistency and transparency. However, there is no credible evidence that Plum exposed hidden meetings, deliberate referee bias, or an orchestrated campaign to target Clark. Claims that the league has weaponized its rules or coordinated efforts against a specific player remain unverified. While the controversy has intensified conversations about officiating, player safety, and league governance, it is important to distinguish between public opinion, speculation, and established facts.
The worst people to have pick award winners, all-stars, are the players. They're too invested. They're jealous. Can you hear this? Is this on? Players are jealous of each other. If you think this is just Caitlin Clark, I got news for you. In 2017, the NBA said, all right, let's let the players vote on the All-Star in the NBA. Let's let the players vote as well. Fans, media, and players. Kelvin, can I give you the number?
Yep.
324 players cast a vote in 2017 for the All-Star game, the first time ever the players voted for the All-Star game. LeBron James, 128 players did not vote for LeBron James.
The players be hating. The players just be hating, man. I mean, I'm sure it happens in other leagues, because I remember situations in the NBA where it happened. I feel like this whole Caitlin Clark thing be on another level, though, man. For real, for real.
They're jealous of each other. And every chance they get to screw each other, they will do it. Over pettiness. It was a pause.
That was a pause. I was going to let it ride.
According to critics of the league, the controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark has raised concerns about fan confidence and the WNBA's long-term momentum. Some fans have called for boycotts on social media, arguing that the league needs to improve officiating consistency and player protection. However, there is no verified evidence that the league's financial foundation has irreversibly collapsed, or that a coordinated, permanent boycott has caused catastrophic damage. While controversy can influence public perception and engagement, claims about widespread financial collapse, empty arenas, or permanent consumer abandonment remain speculative rather than established fact.
They believe that plays a role, that this white girl showing up on the WNBA scene, being supported the way that she is. You know, in an NBA deal, you just got did a collective bargaining agreement, and you're talking about salaries that could escalate to $200,000-$300,000. But Caitlin Clark make about $16 million because of her off-the-court endorsements and stuff like that. That you have a lot of people believing that's a strong source of resentment, and that is playing a role in what they're seeing transpire on the court with her. So do you still hold to maintain that position, comparing the Lisa Leslie, the Skylar Diggins, what they endured to what Caitlin Clark is doing, knowing that there are people that are questioning that?
I think that because we are women competing, particularly playing basketball, there are different level of societal expectations of how we should compete. Meaning, you know, when we go out there and compete, we're going to be competitive. Someone's that it girl. Like if I'm playing against Asia Wilson, I'm going to try to show my best game and try to knock her down because I want to, like, that's the only way that you elevate your own, right? And so, like, I think there are these expectations of how we compete and how when the game is done that we carry that over. I'll tell you this. I was the first one when Caitlin dropped her blue, beautiful shoe. I was in the comments. I was like, hey, Caitlin, this is fire, because we understand, as you mentioned, the rising tide lifts all boats. When she brings eyeballs and brands and sponsorships to the WNBA, everybody eats. I think every player is excited. And it's not just Caitlin, it's also Angel. When she walks in Fashion Week now, people are getting clothing brand deals. Like, just because we compete this way doesn't mean we conduct ourselves behind closed doors.
According to this perspective, the WNBA has reached a critical moment where growing concerns over officiating, player safety, and league leadership have damaged trust among some fans. Critics argue that the league has struggled to balance the popularity of its biggest stars with maintaining confidence in the game's integrity. However, claims that the league's credibility has completely collapsed or that executives have destroyed the golden era are opinions rather than verified facts. While the controversy has intensified public debate, the league continues to attract strong interest, and its long-term future will depend on how effectively it addresses concerns raised by players, coaches, and fans.